You had some guy in practice today, Nelson Smith, Doug Robinson. Any updates on where things stand?
Yeah, I think Richard was a little tightness. I believe his hamstring, and that was a little more just being cautious with that. I think Malcolm seemed a little bit more serious. He's going to get it checked out now. We'll have more after he does that, but I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit with Malcolm.
Upper body injury?
Yeah, we think it was his chest area, so we don't know for sure, but that's what it looked like.
Like the players' reaction to the energy, to the noise, to the crowd?
Yeah, I did. You know, we knew some people were going to be out there today, which we were excited about. Definitely adds some more juice to camp. But I really want to see how they would handle it. You know, are they going to go out there and freak out and start making stuff up? And it was good to see that they didn't. They treated it like any other day, but you try your hardest. But I know the guys were pumped to get out there. And when we walked out there and saw the fans out there, it was definitely added a little juice for us to training camp.
You went a lot of ones versus twos and vice versa. Was that the structure the way you wanted, or did you want to see something in particular?
No, that's the way we've been doing it when we do non-scripted move the ball type periods. You know, when we do our scripted team run, team pass, 7-on-7, red zone, things like that, it's always ones, twos, threes, threes. When we get in more move the ball periods, we go ones, twos versus ones, and then threes versus threes to end.
Asked about how every play kind of has a rhyme and reason setting up something else. Do you do that from day to day in training camp with your offense when you're putting things in to show your defense different things?
Yes. You know, I mean, you got to put in a whole package to teach your scheme, and you can't put everything in at once. So each day you put a little bit in, and you try to marry it up as best as you can with what the defense is putting in that day. So you both can attack each other the right way. But there's plenty of times where there's certain plays that you want to call versus the defense, but you know you're like 3 days from getting there, and it's very hard not to call them, but you got to wait until it comes in. And you know, you want to be competitive and win every day, but it's also about teaching and trying to put these guys in the right situation to learn the schemes.
You said when you drafted CJ that he was likely a developmental guy and probably wouldn't be the backup right away. It seems like through camp, Matt and CJ have split reps with the twos. Where does it stand between those two guys in terms of the backup quarterback spot?
Yeah, they've been competing. I think they've had even reps. I think it's a good battle for us. We've been looking at it every day, and they're going to make it tough on us.
But what stood out about CJ for you?
Just throughout OTAs. You know, we evaluated both through OTAs, wanted to see if he'd be ready to run with the twos a little bit more in training camp, and he earned that. You know, through our 10 OTA practices and the mini camps, he earned that. You know, after we finished it all, we go back and watch the tape and try to reevaluate it, and we knew coming into training camp that it was what he had done in OTAs. He earned the right to compete for that two spot.
Joshua Garnett.
Practices. How is that rookie running back now for you?
Matt's done a good job. You know, we got some good competition there at running back, and you know, Matt came in here as an undrafted guy, so he's come in with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. Since the first day he got here, he's attacked everything. So the weight room, the film room, and on the field, and it was good to see some of that pay off today for you guys.
Joshua Garnett didn't practice. Is that knee something that could?
Yeah, I think he's a little bit more in Malcolm's boat. You know, again, I don't know exactly for sure, but I know, you know, there's some stuff in his knee we're probably gonna have to clean up. I don't think it's anything long term, you know, but it's going to be a little bit of time.
The fear with Malcolm, is that long term?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I mean, neither of them are good news, that's for sure. But we're still holding out hope that they can help us this year.
Robert Saleh, since hiring him, what's his biggest strength as a teacher?
Saleh's, you know, Robert's a very smart, confident guy. He thinks about everything. He doesn't just wing anything. He puts a lot of thought into everything he does. He's very prepared. He's very sound in what he thinks. If I go tell him, if I make a quick impulsive decision and tell him that something's not good, he's not just going to freak out and change. He's pretty confident. He's going to tell me why he likes it, why he needs it. He's going to go look into it more. And that's exactly what I'm looking for. A guy who believes in what he does, a guy who listens to everything, and a guy who's just pretty egoless and always just trying to do what's best for the defense and best for his players.
You know, move the ball period. Looked like you offense moved at least into the red zone every time, except for maybe one. It was offensive day, would you say? Was it a sign the offense was
maybe yard-wise. I think we only got in the end zone once, so you know, I think, you know, the defense, they gave up some yards, gave up a couple keepers and things like that, but you know, they kept us out of the end zone all those times except the one. So, you know, yards-wise, the offense might have won the day, but what matters is the points. So, unfortunately, there was only one score because they only kept score for the offense. So I know that looks bad for the D, but I thought they did a good job getting tired on those long drives and holding us twice down there.
Aldrich Robinson caught a ball and was able to get another 15 yards up the field. Eric Reed put a hit on him. Should he have gone out of bounds?
Oh, definitely. Like you better go out of bounds. Once you go inside, you're totally on your own. I couldn't totally see it from my angle. It looked like he picked up 20 more yards, so he went on his own and overcame coaching right there and did a good job, but he can't do that too much. It's definitely the wrong decision until he proves us it's right.
What have you seen from Brandon Fusco since he's been here?
He's done a good job. You know, he came in here, he's just grinded each day. He doesn't say much. He goes about his job. He works, and he's a very reliable guy. You know, when practice is over, you don't notice him much, which is, to me, how I want it to be with the O-line. I'm going to keep my eyes downfield, and he's doing his job. His man's rarely making the play, and you know what you're getting with him.
Is he kind of in the same category as Zane Beatles? They're both guys who have started in this league.
Yeah, they both played football, and always, they're definitely both guys the game's not too big for. You want to see how they do, and they're both doing a new scheme, and being asked to use some techniques that they haven't done before. And it's always neat, with veterans who have had success in this league when they're willing to do that, and they're okay being uncomfortable with being uncomfortable. And they've been we've got them out of their shell a little bit, and when you do that, it starts off bad, but they're pretty mentally strong, confident people, and they've both grinded with what we've asked them to do, and now you can see it coming around and them getting better each day.
You and John said Navarro would be competing for that starting spot. How has he responded to that, and what have your impressions been throughout the first?
Yeah, Bo's been great. He doesn't say a whole lot. He just goes out there and does his job, prepares for practice the right way every day. He competes. Looked like he made a lot of plays out there today too, especially in that team run period. I've been very pleased with Bo and how he's worked and the way he's prepared himself to put himself in a situation to have a good year.
I've seen a couple guys get upset at each other and start to square off, but then back away from throwing punches or anything like that. Do you have a policy for on-field fights? Have you warned them against that type of thing?
Yeah, I try to treat it like a game. I mean, guys don't have to show us they're tough by getting in a fight. If you're scared to fight, you're not going to be tough enough to be on the team. So you don't have to show us that. We want to piss people off during the play, but the tougher guy is usually the guy who can then get the other guy to get a penalty. And you can't just do that on game day. You got to live every day like that. You can't just turn that on and off. So we got a lot of competitive, tough guys who I think are ready to fight all the time. And it's, can you use that energy the right way, use that anger on the field the right way, and make sure you're bothering other people and allowing them to get the penalties and not our own team.
Coach, as someone who spent some of your youth here and now you're back, can you talk about just the fan support, particularly in the Santa Clara area, South Bay, general?
Yeah, I didn't totally know what to expect today, but it was real cool. I drive in every morning, and on the wall I see like faithful then, faithful now, and I always think about that because that's how I used to always feel back in the day. I mean, I grew up a fan of two teams, and I was with the Broncos when I was really young. Then I became the Niners going into middle school and high school, and I was strong with them too. And that's how I always felt, being a Niner faithful growing up. And now it's kind of always weird when I drive in the morning and see faithful then, faithful now, because it kind of hits me as like, wow, I am back here. And I kind of get I feel that a little bit each day, but you would think it's worn off some. But getting into the stadium today and seeing all those fans out there was real cool. Got a lot of old feelings, and it was neat to be around the Niner faithful again.
Two more guys.
Chemistry's been building for our camp so far.
Yeah, they put in a lot of work. I mean, they did it in OTAs right when we got here. When the coaches got away for 5 weeks and when they were on their own, I know they've met and worked, and all of them came into training camp with a chip on their shoulder, ready to go. And I think all three of them have developed confidence with each other, and it hasn't been fake because it's been through their preparation and work that they put in, and it's good to see some good results with that.
Through these move the ball drills, you're putting a succession of long plays together. What are you seeing good and bad from the team for those?
I'm hoping they're going to be long plays because we're really trying to condition the team. So there's a couple times on those drives that there probably would have been a sack. which is going to get you in a second or third and long, and then the odds of punting are extremely high. So when it's very obvious, I call a sack because you got to owe it to those guys. But if it's close, we kind of let it go because we want to get those long drives going and get our guys in football shape. There's a couple long ones today. I know one in particular, K1 had a sack on that definitely would have stopped one of those drives. But we let it go because we wanted to push him a little bit. So it's a fine line. Some of those D linemen are going to get mad at me if I do that too much because they're grinding every play. So there's a fine line with it, but we're also trying to get work out there too and not just totally focus on winning the drill.
With Trent Brown, did you initially have any worries about whether he was going to fit your scheme, and if so, how has he kind of answered those?
Yeah, I think when you have a big guy who's that long, everyone can see his pass protection ability. But we run the ball a lot, and we ask a lot of our linemen to really run numbers to numbers. And I didn't know how it would be when you look at a big guy like him. I've never had a guy like that, and there's not many people on the planet like that, too, to tell you the truth. But you never know. And then when we got here, and we asked him to cut down weight, he cut down he lost as much weight as anyone in our building, and he's gone at it each day. He's continued to lose weight in camp. And he's shown us that we knew he was a good pass protector, but he's shown us he can help us in the run game too.
All right, guys. Thanks.
All right, guys. Thanks.